In the blistering cold of southern Italy during World War II, an American military surgeon named Henry Beecher faced a nightmare. Thousands of Allied soldiers were dying on the battlefield, their bodies torn apart by shrapnel. Beecher was performing field surgeries under relentless bombardment, but he had run completely out of morphine. With a severely wounded soldier screaming in agonizing pain on his operating table, a panicked field nurse filled a syringe with nothing more than plain salt water. She injected it into the dying soldier's vein, telling him it was a potent dose of painkiller. Within minutes, something biologically impossible happened. The soldier calmed down. His breathing slowed. His blood pressure stabilized, and he went under the knife for major surgery without feeling a thing. Salt water had performed the exact physiological work of high-grade narcotics. Beecher was stunned, and that single desperate moment sparked a medical revolution. How could a simple lie alter the physical reality of human flesh and blood? To understand how belief reshapes the human body, we have to look back to a time when almost all medicine was, in reality, a placebo. For thousands of years, doctors prescribed remedies like powdered Egyptian mummies, viper venom, and bloodletting. Patients miraculously recovered not because these horrifying treatments worked, but because their bodies fought off the illness while their minds believed help was on the way. The word placebo itself comes from the Latin phrase meaning "I shall please," originally referring to mourners hired to sing at funerals. In 1799, an English physician named John Haygarth conducted the first recorded placebo control experiment. He was testing a popular and expensive medical device called Perkins metallic tractors, which were metal rods claimed to draw out pain through bioelectricity. Haygarth manufactured identical rods made of painted wood. When he applied the fake wooden rods to patients suffering from severe rheumatism, 4 out of 5 reported dramatic relief. But it was Henry Beecher who brought this strange phenomenon into modern science. In 1955, after returning from the war, Beecher published a landmark paper titled "The Powerful Placebo" in the Journal of the American Medical Association. He analyzed 15 clinical studies involving over 1,000 patients and concluded that roughly 35% of medical treatments were effective purely due to the patient's expectation of recovery. From that moment on, global medicine changed forever. Every new pharmaceutical drug had to prove it could outperform a fake sugar pill before earning government approval. Yet scientists still viewed the placebo effect as a nuisance, a trick of the mind that got in the way of real science. They had no idea that the mechanism behind this trick was far more profound than anyone dared to imagine. By the late 1990s, doctors believed placebos only worked for subjective symptoms like pain or mood. They assumed fake treatments could never alter hard, mechanical physical damage. But in 2002, an orthopedic surgeon named Dr. Bruce Moseley decided to test this assumption in the most radical way possible. Dr. Moseley, working at the Houston Veterans Affairs Medical Center, targeted one of the most common surgical procedures in the world, arthroscopic knee surgery. Every year, hundreds of thousands of patients with severe knee osteoarthritis underwent this procedure to scrape out worn cartilage and rinse the joint. Dr. Moseley recruited 180 military veterans suffering from severe, debilitating knee pain. He divided them into 3 distinct groups. The first group received full standard surgery where the joint was washed and scraped. The second group received a partial surgery where the joint was rinsed out with fluid. But the third group received something unheard of, a sham surgery. Dr. Moseley brought these veterans into the operating room, sedated them, and made 3 precise surgical incisions on their knees. He splashed saline solution on the floor to mimic the sounds of washing the joint. He rattled metal instruments against their legs. But he performed no actual repair inside their joints. After a few minutes, he stitched up the superficial wounds and sent them to recovery. None of the patients knew whether they had received real surgery or a fake one. The results shocked the global medical community. Over a 2-year tracking period, all 3 groups reported significant reductions in pain and improvements in mobility. The patients who received nothing more than 3 small cuts on their skin were walking, climbing stairs, and playing basketball at the exact same rates as those who underwent full invasive surgery. Some of the sham surgery patients who had been using canes for years walked out of the clinic entirely unassisted. When Dr. Moseley eventually revealed the truth to the participants, many refused to believe him until he showed them the video footage of their fake procedures. Their knees had not magically grown new cartilage, yet their brains had completely rewired the signals of pain, stiffness, and inflammation in response to the mere physical ritual of surgery. For decades, skeptics argued that the placebo effect was just psychological bias, patients simply lying or trying to please their doctors. But modern neurobiology has proven that belief triggers measurable, physical chemical cascades inside the body. In Italy during the 1990s, neuroscientist Dr. Fabrizio Benedetti conducted groundbreaking experiments on human pain pathways. He gave patients a placebo painkiller and observed their immediate relief. But then, without telling them, he injected them with a drug called naloxone. Naloxone is a medication that specifically blocks endorphins, the body's natural opiate painkillers. The moment naloxone hit their systems, the placebo effect instantly vanished, and their severe pain returned. This proved that placebo pain relief is not an imaginary trick. When a patient believes they are receiving a painkiller, their brain physically manufactures real endogenous opioids and floods the spinal cord to block physical pain signals. Further brain imaging studies using fMRI scans have shown that when a placebo is administered, the prefrontal cortex activates, signaling the nucleus accumbens to release dopamine, the molecule of reward and anticipation. In Parkinson's disease patients, receiving a placebo pill causes their brain to release up to 200% more dopamine, temporarily relieving their physical muscular tremors. Placebo effects are so strong that physical presentation matters tremendously. 2 placebo pills work better than 1. Big pills work better than small pills. Red pills act as stimulants, while blue pills act as sedatives. Branded placebos outperform generic placebos, and expensive fake treatments trigger far greater healing than cheap ones. Perhaps most astonishingly, Dr. Ted Kapchuk of Harvard Medical School pioneered open-label placebo studies. He gave patients with irritable bowel syndrome pills clearly labeled placebo, made of sugar. He told them directly that the pills contained no active medicine. Remarkably, over 60% of patients reported significant biological relief, simply because the simple act of taking a pill creates a learned neurobiological healing response. Today, the placebo effect forces us to rewrite the fundamental laws of medicine. We now know the flip side exists too, the nocebo effect, where negative expectations cause real physical harm. When clinical trials warn patients of potential drug side effects like nausea or hair loss, thousands of patients taking pure sugar pills experience those exact physical symptoms simply because they expected them. Modern science no longer views the mind and body as separate entities. The brain is not an isolated computer, but a biochemical command center that continuously translates thoughts, rituals, and expectations into real cellular responses. Yet massive ethical questions remain. Should doctors knowingly prescribe fake pills to help suffering patients? How many common surgeries and expensive pharmaceuticals on the market today are actually working through placebo power rather than chemical action? As we move into an era of advanced neuroscience, one reality is undeniably clear. The human body possesses a pharmaceutical factory inside its own neural pathways, capable of altering biochemistry in ways modern science is only beginning to comprehend. The boundary between belief and biology is far thinner than we ever imagined. If you found this journey into the human brain fascinating, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into science and human history. Drop a comment below with your thoughts, and as always, thanks for watching.